there now.
Okay.
Over here. So this is a big thing right here, website imports. So Tiana over here has a website built into Sacred Spaces. And, built into Foursquare. Foursquare is the platform. Foursquare is really limited and very expensive. So we want to get Tiana off of Foursquare. And we have a website built into our WP engine. And then this is Divi, which is a really easy way to make websites. So we're going to just try to recreate this as best we can. So this is a module over here. Let's see. So the way this works is you can add sections. You can add rows. You can like pick how many panels the rows have. Add more rows. Let's see, let's go into settings here. So if we want to do, so this is for like the whole overall panel. And as you can see over here, there's a sweet background here, which we can just download, I think. Nope, can't actually do that. Foursquare is too good. All right, so in that case, whoever wants to pick this up will need to contact Tiana and we'll need to get this image. In the meantime, we'll use a placeholder. So let's grab a placeholder here. All right, no, image, there we go, plus. All right, go through our library. Oh wait, oh yeah, this is a fresh install. So I'll just go over here, pick out something. Let's see, we want to get kind of similar. Hold on. So it's kind of darkish, not too much. I don't know. What about this one? It doesn't really matter. It's just a placeholder.
Yes, placeholder.
Great. So then we're going to save and exit. So that's there. I'm going to make sure I'm going to mute. You guys aren't talking. Let's see. And then we need a title in the middle of the screen. So the way we recreate that is we go in here and we get a divider. We don't want to show the divider. We're going to go to design and we're going to make it pretty big. A part of this is just playing around. So I'm going to play around with 10 right now. We're going to insert a new module. And this module is going to be a text. So, and then our content is going to be personalized and private ceremonial adventures. Blam. We're going to copy that over. We're going to turn it into a heading. We're going to save that. And we're going to do another one. We're going to add a button now. This one says services, and it links to another page that we're going to have to remake. So services. And then we're just going to leave that empty for now. Let's go back over here. So I see that she's got another 2 buttons here, and it looks terrible. So we're going to want to upgrade this, huh? So let's go, and you know what makes sense? Let's just add another module row down. Actually, nope, sorry. We're going to have to add a row. So we're going to close that out. We're going to add a row. It's going to be 1 and 1. Insert module. Button. It's going to be bio and resume. Oh, another key point for these, actually for buttons, they almost always look better centered. So you have to go over to design. So button, design, center. Contact us. Or she's an individual, so really that should say contact me. Just make sure that goes over here. There we go. So we're gonna go down, and next one. So this again, I mean, what is going on here? We don't need that. We're gonna do this one. So we're gonna have a new section. So this is not gonna have the same background. And for this section, we're gonna wanna make sure that we got a good color. Let's do a white fill, because that's what's going on here, right? It's a white fill. Right now, we're just mostly copying it. What's up, Toby? Thanks for being here. So then we're gonna go and actually cut that out. Oh, you can't do it if it's the only one. Okay. We're gonna want to add a row. It's gonna be a double row. We're gonna cut that out. And then so we got an image. And let's see if we can do this one. Yeah, we can. So we're just gonna call this Tiana. All right, I spelled it wrong, but whatever. It's gonna go over here. We're gonna upload it. Very quick, well-optimized image. Then we're gonna go over and do this text block. So first piece is the heading, and then that's gonna be, we're gonna say about Tiana. There we go. Break it down back into paragraph. Right, oh, no, oops, whoops. I'm gonna make sure it knows that we're not talking about that. Oh, and it actually auto switched to paragraph, great. Great. And then just gonna go down and plug that in. Good. And then let's publish it and see how it went. What's up, Arya? Thanks for coming on in.
Thank you.
Yo. So now we're gonna just take a look at what we made and see what it looks like. Wow, that is not what we want. That part looks good. I guess technically this is kind of it, but yeah. I mean, I guess we really need the background image to like effectively do this correctly. But for now, it looks good except for I didn't center it. Center. Also, the color is not very good right there. So we're gonna just go down here. We're gonna choose a custom color, and because it's a dark background, we're gonna go with white. We're also gonna make this bigger. Let's turn this into a 26. And let's see how that looks. Gonna update it. Ba-da-da. Da-da-da. And just a little bit of a slow load going on here. Did that save correctly? It did. So it should have been uploaded. Totally getting a little bit of lag time. Sometimes it can actually catch the page. So what we're gonna do, because it might be auto catched right now, we're actually just gonna copy this, Control C. We're gonna pull up an incognito tab that isn't catched, and we're gonna, yep. So I'm not actually sure why it's doing this. So now we get a problem solve, yay! Yeah, it's really dark still. What is going on? It knows it's white, knows it's its default. Oh, I just changed it just for the tablet. That might be part of it. So I think that last sharing setting was just for mobile. And since I updated the mobile thing, but then I'm not on mobile, it didn't work. Let's find out. There's lots of little problems. There you go. See, that was the problem. You just kind of had to troubleshoot it. That is a huge part, actually, of being a technical administrator. You don't need to know how to code, but there's so many inner working systems. You just got to kind of figure it out and kind of take intuition and just like really just like play with stuff until it works. I am pretty experienced at this, so if you get stuck up on something for a while, I can help. However, if I have to solve every problem for you, I might as well do it myself. So this is a job for people that can really think critically and troubleshoot stuff. So that looks pretty good. We're gonna, we'd want to change the colors if we kept this background, but we're not gonna keep this background. So I say this looks nice. I would probably, based on this, I'm actually just based on aesthetic appeal. I think these buttons are going to be much better off down here. So we're going to throw, or actually, let's see. I think I can just drag and drop. Yes, I can. Cool. All right, let's take a look at that. How's that look? Dun, 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 dun. Looks mostly okay. I'll figure out how to get them side by side actually at some point, but I don't want to focus too long on any one thing. It's just part of your job. We're like designing the layout. So let's go to the next page. So back over here. So when we click on this, it goes over here. So now we need to make a new page. So we're going to go to pages. We're going to go to add new. Let's close this out. So, all right, it's a decent amount to import. I'm actually not going to do this whole website today. I'm just going to show you guys the next little bit. So this one's called Sacred Adventures. We're going to want to make sure the names match word for word. We're going to click the Divi Builder. We are going to see if we can, no, Foursquare is pretty good at not letting you do that. So we're just going to skip. We don't need to add a background image. That was just for the demo earlier. We're still going to throw up a divider right here. Where is that thing? Here we go. I liked how it looked before. That seemed like a good amount of space, so let's hit it with 10. Of course, when we add the background image, we will need to adjust that. And let's see. Then we're going to go down here. Let's add a new section. And so this going to be an interesting formatting job. I'm thinking let's try just standard text blocks. We'll do a different text block for each of these different little things here. So this isn't a header 1. This is more like a header 3. Copy this over. It's in bold. Oh, and it copied in bold. Damn, that's clever. I like that. And then we'll throw up a new text block. Personally, I would add buy now buttons to each of these. And we'll do that in a little bit. Singing to yourself is such a great way to pass the time when you're doing these things. Let's see, let's tab it around. Oops. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay. I want this to be kind of over here. Oh, too far. There we go. Do a little space. Whip that out there. Save and exit. Now let's just see how that looks here. You know, that looks all right. We're gonna need to change that up. Probably need to throw a divider in between these blocks here. But it works. So we're actually gonna change this permalink here. Or we should want to do that. You know, that's actually funny. Usually you can just click on it and change it. I'm not really sure why it's not letting me do that, but again, that's a technical troubleshooter, so I'll figure that out later, and or whoever else wants to pick this up will do it. For now, we'll just copy this over. We'll go to all pages. We will go to the testing home, which is the other page we made earlier. We'll go down to this button, and we will have it link over to that other page. We're going to update that, and that's the little tutorial. So basically, Tiana needs a website import, John needs a website import, OSHA and the CBD thing needs a website import, And that is just the beginning. Those are gigs that need to be handled right now. And there will be so many more because this is such a valuable service that so many people want. Part of the other thing is too, we have a really badass WordPress hosting plan. We have like the fastest host on the planet pretty much. And that's a service we offer. Instead of paying like 10, 20, 30, 50, $100 a month to some other provider, you can just get in on our super plan and it's like 1/5 the cost, 5 times the speed. But it means we have to import it into WordPress. That's how the Wix and the Foursquare people grab people. It's like, your website's on our platform now. You must pay our prices. And so it's a huge service for our members to get off that and onto our thing. Also, you can pay your website hosting and keys. Woo! But only when it's on WordPress. So that's one technical admin gig I need a good bit of help with. The other that we could use substantial help with is creating social media profiles. So I'm just going to show you 2 examples here. Why not? So this is our main account. We've been running this baby for a long time. We got a large following. Here's an account that we made recently. Hope it's still online. It is. Great. God damn, this is effective. Oh, I love it. Basically, we make versions of ourselves that represent different keywords. And then we run these accounts through our software automation system. So our software goes in and it's like having a personal assistant that's active on the social media profile about 12 hours a day. And we find people by keywords and we interact with them. We like them, we talk to them, we follow them. If they follow us back, we mention them and we send them a direct message. And then each of our accounts is also linked up to our automatic post distribution campaign. So all of our content is being streamed out through these profiles that are automatically interacting with people based on keywords. Basically, if you want to help with that, you're going to make versions of yourself or other ambassadors and or just like fake people you make up, and you can just like grab pictures off of wherever the fuck you want, off any public database. And let's say an example, I could do like Ambassador Dakota Kaiser, and then I make a profile that represents me as an Earth Nation ambassador. And I use keywords in my summary that really talk about that. Then I would make Guardian Dakota Kaiser, and that one I would just focus mostly on the audience that chooses to use the word Guardian. Then I would make another profile that's like Lightworker Dakota, and that will use keywords that's mostly centered around lightworkers. And then I'll make another one for starseeds and another one for permaculture activists. We want them made on Instagram and Twitter right now are our targets. So once you make the account, then I will teach you how to set it up, or rather, we only need 1 or 2 people actually configuring the software, but someone needs to go into the software, link the accounts together, and then manage the rate at which the sharing is done. So I'll just pull that up over here.